Hi guys, hey, this is Todd Turner with United Senior Professionals. Kind of wanted to go over today just a little bit about what to expect when you get in the final expense industry. So some things to expect is you will typically deal with people in the age ranges of 55 to 85 years old. Typically, we see people in their mid to upper 60s, lower 70s. Most of our folks are on a fixed income. They're middle to lower income folks. We go to their houses and we see them, we sit with them, we go over everything that we have to offer. And you're going to have great days, and you're going to have days where you wonder, why in the world am I in this industry? Everybody goes through that. The neat thing is, um, you're able to not bring someone back, obviously, when they pass, but you're able to put a family in a financial position to help take some of that burden off the family when someone passes. So you're doing a great service for a family. You're going to their home. You're making this very easy for them. You want it to be as seamless as possible, as comforting as possible, because not everyone wants to talk about someone passing or even themselves passing. So you're going to have, and I've experienced this, I experience this weekly, where people are going to cry. And a lot of times they're going to cry happy tears because they're able to get coverage, and they're able to get an amount that they didn't think was even possible, because you're able to shop around and get them the best rates on the market. Um, so there might be people with some health conditions that thought they couldn't get covered, and when you come in, all of our carriers have different underwriting, and you're able to serve them. That's a big deal, okay, and that's very rewarding. Well, we tell all of our agents this is not a get rich quick opportunity. This is a marathon. Now, it can be extremely rewarding financially if you put the time in, of course, but it's going to take some work. It's going to take some road time. It's going to take a lot of stops. So typically, what we try to tell our agents is you want to get anywhere from 4 to 6 enrollments a week. Our goal is to sit with a minimum of 10 people. I always try to shoot for 12 to 15 people that you want to get in front of. And I think if you do that, you can do very well in this. But some things to expect, you're going to have to expect, setting appointments and having someone not show up or cancel at the last minute. You're going to have to expect no's. You're going to have to expect, sometimes the worst. And but what I can tell you is if you do this long enough and you continue to improve yourself, continue to get better, always looking to educate yourself, whether it's in sales or leadership or communication wise. If you do those things, that will pay off in this business. And typically, people really like to get into this industry because of the renewals. So it's different than real estate or auto sales. Typically in those sales, when you make a sale selling a car, it's a one-time sale. When you make an enrollment in a sale in insurance, you're going to get paid on that for quite a while. The percentages get smaller, obviously, but you're essentially going to make money on that for typically the next 10 years. So a lot of times people get pretty excited about that. And what I always tell people is you want to go hard your first 2 to 3 years in this business. Not that you ever really want to coast, but if you can really put yourself in a very strong financial position by going very hard your first 2 to 3 years. And what I mean by going hard is just getting out there every day. Like I said, we want to try to sit with 12 to 15 a week. We want a minimum of 4 to 6 enrollments a week. That's what we tell people when they join our group. But expect days where it can be tough, all right, but also expect days of great reward. What I always tell folks is you want to stay here, okay? You don't want to get too high, you don't want to get too low. because you get too high, and then you start having a couple bad days, you'll fizzle out pretty quick. Just like in a marathon, if you sprint the entire marathon or try to, you're not going to make it. But if you walk the whole thing, yeah, you can make it, but it's going to take you a long time. So what I always tell people is just have a nice steady pace. Just have a good steady pace, and you'll be fine in this industry. But it can be very rewarding, like I said, if you do this properly and you're in it for the right reason. But expect great days, expect not so good days. So if you have any questions, if you ever want to reach out to me, again, my name is Todd Turnold. I'm with United Senior Professionals. My number is 419-605-2750. Shoot me a text. Give me a call. I'll always try to get back to you as quickly as I possibly can. I've been doing this for quite a while. The last 3 months, I've done over 70,000 in production, so I feel I have a pretty strong base of knowing how to do this business, and that's strictly in final expense. So reach out to me. Again, not a recruiting pitch. This is how I learned. I learned from other agents. I learned from the Waylon Artrips. I learned from the Cody Askins, the different guys on YouTube. And, this is my way of giving back. And there's a lot of good people out here that are willing to help you. And what I've learned very quickly is don't have that ego of thinking that you have to know it all, or showing that as a sign of weakness. It definitely is not. It's showing a sign of you wanting to be the best that you can possibly be in this industry. And that's a big deal. So would love to help you. Reach out to me. Best of luck to you, and keep getting after it.